Thank you, Councilman. Thank you, Councilman. Thank you, Councilman. Thank you, Councilman. Thank you, everyone, for being out here with me on this beautiful day. Thank you to all my friends who came from across town. And most importantly, thank you to all my neighbors who came out to hear what I had to say, because most importantly, this campaign is about you. This neighborhood, Sandtown and Lafayette Square, has an incredible amount of history, especially black history. When Baltimore signed the first black police officer in 1937, Miss Violet Hill White from 625 North Carrollton Avenue, right down the street. When Maryland sent our first black congressman to represent Baltimore in D.C., it was Para Mitchell, who lived at 712 and 824 North Carrollton, just 2 blocks from where we're standing right now. The list goes on: musicians, doctors, lawyers. But I didn't know any of that when Nora and I decided to buy our first home at 926. I just knew there was something about this neighborhood. I couldn't put my finger on it. I thought maybe it was the architecture, the 100-year-old buildings, unlike anything that gets constructed today. I thought maybe it was the trees, the 80-year-old London planes that used to line most of the streets around here and provide a beautiful, cooling canopy in the summer. I thought maybe it was the breathtaking gardens that I would stumble upon in the alleys behind my house. And I do love all those things. But what I would learn after living here for a little while is that it's the people that make this community what it is. And that's true anywhere. Communities aren't about buildings or trees or gardens. They're about people. And I was lucky to find that we have great neighbors in this community. So I want to thank you all again for being out here with us today. One of those neighbors, not the least of whom, was Miss Justine Bonner, whose picture's over here on the wall, whose legacy of beautification and education in the community lives on through her gardens and through each of us who works to keep this neighborhood clean and safe. I'd also like to thank the Bonner family and her estate, who've been the #1 biggest supporters of my campaign, and we could thank them for the hot dogs and the drinks today. So after I moved in, the first thing, like Councilman Bullock said, I wanted to get involved. I wanted to go to the next neighborhood association meeting. And I quickly found out that there wasn't a neighborhood association, or at least not an active one. So I talked to some of my neighbors, and I found out that they were just as disappointed about it as I was. So in 2016, we formed the Sandtown South Neighborhood Alliance. Woo! Our mission is to build community, advocate for residents, whatever kind of help they may need, and to facilitate public and private investment in this neighborhood. We found that we were missing out on some of the limited opportunities just because nobody was asking. By getting organized in the last year, we've been able to accomplish a few things, and I want to share some of them with you now. We've brought in over $10,000 in grants to this neighborhood, both from nonprofits and government agencies. Those include money for garden supplies and equipment, like this brand new lawnmower right here. Hey. And now, for the first time ever, money to pay the youth in the community to cut the grass. Yeah. So eliminating blight and putting money directly in the hands of the people who live around here. That's how we move forward. And we've worked with the planning department in the state of Maryland to get some of the most dangerous vacant houses eliminated around here. Places that harbor crime, drug activity, and most recently, fires that have been threatening the safety of residents. A lot of people remember what it used to look like over here. It was nothing but dilapidated and vacant houses. Now, within a couple weeks, the grass over there will be long enough for the kids to play football, which is a promise I made to them last summer. But this community needs more than a square of green grass. We deserve more. And the reason I want to get involved in politics is so I can make sure we get more. We need affordable housing so that people that want to stay in this community can find a reasonable place to live, because it's hard right now. We need investment in education so that families don't leave in search of better schools. And we need things, and to get those things, we need legislators in Annapolis that have our back. We need a governor that doesn't want to just tear Baltimore down. We need people that want to help build it back up. And as your representative on the Central Committee, I'll work to make sure that this community isn't ignored by Annapolis or City Hall for that matter. It's been as it has been for too long. We need representatives that are actually in the community to speak for the community. And if you like the way that that sounds, and if you think that we need a change around here, I need you to come out on June 26th and vote. With your support, we can build a better Baltimore for everybody. So thank you very much, really. Thank you again, Councilman Bullock. Thank you to Councilman Dorsey, who was here earlier. Thank you to my colleague, Brian Turner, who's also running for Central Committee, because we need more young people in politics. Thank you to all my friends and family. Thank you to all my fellow Sandtown South Neighborhood Association folks, because I don't do any of this work around here by myself. Thank you.